Yes, God family, it's Megan back with another video. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we're going to jump right in and we are going to talk about self awareness and how much power can be found in self awareness. When I coach my clients, one of the first things that we go over and that I personally, as a coach, take inventory of is the level of self awareness because it is crucial for any transformation to take place. You must know where you are to identify and understand where it is that you would like to go and what is your path of least resistance there. Because over here in Yes God family, we do the path of least resistance. We allow God to do the heavy lifting. We listen to our intuitive nudges and we don't force, we flow, we don't chase, we attract. Yes, God. So part of that is being aware and mindful of where we currently are. And really, self awareness is the ability to recognize your own emotions, your own thoughts, and your own behaviors. Me personally, before I had a lot of self awareness, when thoughts would come into my mind and things that I would think or things that were pressed upon me from my friends or my parents or television or my peers, I would automatically take those as truth. I would self identify with those things because my level of awareness was not evolved yet. And I didn't realize that I have an operant power within me that can watch. Okay, so self awareness is basically the practice of watching yourself, watching the thoughts that you're thinking, watching the feelings that you're having, watching the behaviors that you're doing so that you can identify and say, hey, you know what? This is not actually what I want to do or who I want to be. This is actually something that's on autopilot. This is actually a program that has been installed in me from childhood, from my traumas, from my experiences. And now I'm not even thinking about it, but I'm thinking these thoughts, I'm feeling these things, and I am behaving in this way because of something that is not intentional. It's not something that I chose to do. It's not a conscious thing that I'm doing. It's actually subconscious. Being able, what I refer to as zoom out, to be able to zoom out and get outside of yourself and then actually look at yourself objectively and take an honest inventory of yourself is the first step. You cannot manifest the things that you want. You cannot transform your life. You cannot quantum leap without first being aware of yourself. Okay. It is a key factor in your growth and personal development. Self awareness allows you to take responsibility for your actions. If you're not aware of what you're doing, how could you take responsibility? How could you take any accountability for it? You just think that, hey, this is just who I am. So if you know someone or maybe even you used to say, hey, this is just how I am, and I just can't change it. That is a lack of self-awareness. That is a red flag that you need to do some digging and sit quietly and actually start to observe your mind. The practice of meditation is actually a practice of self awareness. It's not to try and quiet your mind because the mind is not designed to be quiet. The mind is designed to manifest whatever is impressed upon it. And if we're not intentionally impressing anything upon it, then we are left with the default program. A lot of times we find ourselves in a place where we recognize, you know what, I don't like this, what's happening. I don't like the manifestations that I've had. I don't like the fruits that are growing right now. So it's really, really important if we want to get to the root of the fruit, we need to practice self awareness. Self awareness also helps you understand how you interact with others and how others perceive you. And the reason why this is so important is because life is dependent on our relationships, whether it's colleagues at a job, whether it's family members, whether it's friends, whether it's romantic partners, whether it's people that we're doing business with, whoever it is, if you are aware enough, you will know and understand that our life is a series of relationships. That's really what life is about, and that's really what allows life to be fulfilling. Being able to get the insight on how others are perceiving you is really important, because you want to make sure that you are positioning yourself the best way that you can to be able to navigate and accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, have the experiences that you want to have. I personally have had to do a lot of work on the way I was perceived, the way I was being taken by other people, because I tend to be a very extroverted, blunt, straight shooting personality. And I had to realize that, unfortunately, in certain situations, that was very inappropriate. And that was causing me to lose out on opportunities. And it was also causing me to hurt people that I care about. It was very crucial for me to understand that, hey, you know what? I know that you may not mean it this way when you're saying it, or your intention is not to hurt anyone, but it is hurting people. And you can't just say, oh, well, that's their problem. I mean, you can, but then you're going to have trashy relationships, and who wants that? Self awareness can also help you to reduce stress and anxiety. It can help you reduce stress and anxiety, to help you recognize your triggers and manage your emotions. So, that's another thing that we really, really focus on deeply in the transformational life coaching, is being able to be mindful of the moment when we're triggered. And that is the moment where we have to do a pause, and we have to really stop when we feel that adrenaline, when we feel that in the chest where it's like you're upset and you want to react and you want to go off and you want to get up, cry, or whatever it is that the trigger affects your nervous system. When you get to that place, you have to stop and really explore that and really get a deeper understanding of, why is this triggering me? Where is this coming from? What core insecurity or what core limiting belief is this bringing up in me? Because it's making me feel a certain way, and now I'm about to go into autopilot, and now I'm about to react instead of being mindful and responding. There's a difference between responding and reacting. And one tip that I can give you to help yourself immediately is, when you want to say something or you want to react, just be quiet. Just don't say anything. Give yourself some time. Give yourself some space. Give the other person some time and some space to actually work through what it is. And what I've talked to my clients about is, work through your own stuff before you project it on somebody else, right? And this is not to say that, oh, if someone triggers you, that they shouldn't be held accountable, or they shouldn't be able to have a conversation with them about it. But it is to say, initially, we have to start to take accountability for the fact that our happiness is not dependent on anyone else. We can't make someone else do something. We have no control over others. And we also can't allow the actions and behaviors and decisions and words of other people to make us feel upset. That is a very disempowering way to live. And we don't do that at Yes God Wellness. Yes, God. Another point is that self-awareness can help you improve your creativity, because it helps you to tap into your strengths and your weaknesses in a whole new way. So now that I have worked on being too brash and being too blunt, now I'm thinking about what I'm saying, I'm thinking about how it's going to be received, and now I can channel that, for example, into this YouTube channel. I can channel that, and I can offer up my insights, and I can offer up my wisdom through that experience and through that evolution process that I've gone through. Also, same token on my weaknesses, right? I can outsource those things that are not my strengths and not something that I enjoy, like accounting or editing or things of that nature. So, being mindful and being self aware allows you to really play to your strengths, and also play to your weaknesses, and put your weaknesses in a position where they don't have to necessarily impact you in a negative way. Yes, God. Self awareness can help you improve being resilient, because it can help you identify and overcome obstacles and challenges. For example, if I know that I get triggered in a certain environment, or when I'm around a certain crowd of people, or when I'm in a certain place, I know that, you know what, I'm going to make a choice not to go there. I'm going to make a choice not to hang out with this person. I'm going to make a choice not to answer this phone call because I know that when I interact with this person, place, or thing, that I have to put more effort and energy into maintaining and remaining composed and holding on to my peace. So self-awareness is just it expands your whole life. It allows you to develop a growth mindset and embrace challenges and learn from failures without taking it personal. One of my favorite books that I have all of my clients read is The Four Agreements. If you have not read that book, I strongly suggest that you do it. I believe that it's on Audible. You may even be able to find it here on YouTube for free. I will be talking more about self awareness, but I wanted to come on here and make this quick video to just explain what self awareness is. It's really just watching yourself and having the courage to watch yourself because it takes courage. It takes courage to step back and look at yourself objectively and say, that's a great trait about myself. And likewise, you know what? That sucks. I would not want to experience that if I were someone else experiencing another person. So it takes courage and it takes bravery to look at yourself and to be self aware. But the benefits are limitless. And I would encourage you to practice self awareness. And let me know in the comments below, have you practiced self awareness? Do you have issues that you feel like you have with practicing self awareness? What things have you been made aware of? Have you been made aware of anything that you needed to change? If so, what was that? In the comments and let me know. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I wish you a wonderful day. I wish you a wonderful week. I wish you a wonderful life. Yes, God.